Well, it's time to wake up. Yes, it's a wake up call as well. So while my presentation gets ready, uh, thank you so much for inviting me here. Uh, I, I always get excited because I go back to my college days, and I was just telling my colleague that, when I used to be a student, and I've been a student throughout my life, because even today when I walk away from this stage, probably I'll learn something from each one of you. And learning, according to me, is unlimited, and you keep learning till the day you die, because that's also a learning, right? So today I'm going to basically talk to you about two, three things. One is sitting right here in the chair, what's running through your mind, okay? Here are, guys who come across giving us gyan, telling us what's happening, what's purpose. But let me actually give you a real world immersion, okay? It's amazing what you learn here, and I'm really happy, ma'am, that, you know, this is a college which is sending the students out to actually see the real world. And of course, the real world. And thank you so much, guys. It's really inspiring to see young people do this, because this is what we do as a brand, bring the change, and bring the change through giving you amazing fashion to wear. The denim that I'm wearing right now is made out of 48 plastic bottles. So in case if you want to give away your fish, I'll turn them into denim. Yeah. So please do that, because we're always on the lookout for plastic waste. We do beach cleaning as well. This shirt is purely made out of recycled plastic. The buttons are also made out of recycled plastic. Now, that's what you didn't know about being human, right? So let me tell you the whole initiative of being human. Being human is a brand which, of course, who doesn't know, who basically promotes being human? I'm sure you know that, right? Yeah. Okay, so, but the fact of the matter is, I used to be a regular guy like you. I used to, work across the world. I have built Central for Mr. Kishore Biani. I have done more hypermarkets and supermarkets for Mr. Kumar Mangalam Birla. I have done many things. I mean, you were not even born probably when I did Music World and Planet M. Okay? So, so that's what I used to do till I got my purpose. And let me tell you one thing. When I first came in here, I was just telling the team that, hey, I need a cup of black coffee. You know why? I slept at 4 o'clock today morning. I was working in office. But you know what? I'm not tired. My energies are high because of my purpose. I found my purpose. So I don't work a single day because I love my job. And that's what I do. Honestly, I love my job. Because I used to sell denims which were manufactured, sell them for 7,000, 8,000 bucks. But now when I sell these denims, I feel proud of it because of driving a purpose, right? So, are we ready? Okay. So I want to take you quickly through a small video of uh, what what my promoter basically thinks about being human.
Being human is the joy of loving, caring, sharing, hoping, and helping. Being human, by definition, is about refining ourselves for the future. Being human is evolution. Being human is about revolution. The clothing line with the heart, redefined for the future. Because it's all about being human.
Being human is a choice. And everyone sitting out here today, when you walk out of those doors, feeling proud that you have completed your MBA, your BBA, you have a choice. And that choice is to go and just do a job, make money, get a good break, build a house, buy a Merc or maybe a sports car, go on vacations, post reels, do all of that, or follow your passion. Because when you follow your passion, all these comes along with it. Okay? So, thank you. Thanks, Katie. A little about myself. 30 years now in the industry. I started off as a student, uh, somewhere in between my job because I couldn't afford, education abroad. But somewhere in between my career, I decided to take a break because I said, I think I'm getting a little too irrelevant. So let me go and refresh myself with what I can learn. So I went down to the Wharton School, the UPenn campus, and I did my MBA. Well, they told me, yeah, this is how the world is moving, this is how things are happening. But they again said that, whatever we teach you in these doors, the world outside is slightly different, yeah. And you need to know that. And I still have one of my professors who's now a professor at the Singularity University, where my boss, Mr. Sanjeev Rao, who was my boss at Raymond's, had made me talk to him. And they teach you how the next 10 years, 20 years is going to be, uh, and how a brand or a business should look forward to that. So those are all the learnings with which I came. I did extremely well. And by the way, I was just telling some of the team members here, I'm not a retailer, okay? I used to be a chef. So I passed out of hotel management school. Now, why did I pass out of hotel management school? Because I used to be the national level badminton player. I did my junior nationals, I did my sub-junior nationals, I have done my mixed doubles with Amita Modi. I don't know whether you all even know Amita Modi, but I think people of my generation will know Amita Modi, Syed Modi's wife. So I used to play mixed doubles with her, and of course I've represented India in many countries, played the Merchants Cup, all of that. One fine morning, my dad tells me, what do you want to be? Do you want to end up in Indian Airlines as in the sports quota, or do you want to land up in the railways like Dhoni did as a ticket collector? Of course, Dhoni went way ahead, but during my time, badminton had no money. Only cricket had money, right? So I sat down, I said, hey, what the hell am I doing? What do I do now? So I decided, okay, the hotel industry is doing well. Let me try my hand at the hotel industry. So I went, I did my hotel management, I came out, I got selected by the ITC group. They posted me as a kitchen operation trainee. First 6 months I was cutting onions. The next 6 months is when I learned how to cook. 12 months over, 18 months over, I went to the HR of ITC and I said, hey, you know what? This is not my calling. I'm not liking it. What do I do? She said, well, I can't tell you what to do. You have two choices. Either go back to the kitchen right now or put your resignation and walk out. I said, I think I'll better put down my resignation and walk out. I walked out, came back home. I'm a Calcutta boy. Came back home to Calcutta. And I was thinking, what do I do? And that's when I got a call from the RPG group. These are guys who, I don't know whether y'all. So, how many of you know Spencer's hypermarket and supermarket in today's date? So, they were the pioneers of retail in India with Food World, Health and Glow, and Music World. And that's how I got into the world of retail. And my godfather, those days in the retail industry, used to be none other than Mr. Raghu Pillai. Raghu Pillai used to be, he's God level person. He's the one who technically got modern retail into India, where most of the FMCG companies found a new channel to sell. And so my journey started with retail. And let me tell you, I had the same feeling like you're having right now, that I'm passing out of ATLAS. You know what? I'm going to be there. You know, I'm not going to talk to anybody less than so and so company and all. I also thought the same. But the reality, those days were very different. So I started my career as a store manager. You visit malls, you see every store has a manager who runs that store. You know why I started my life as a store manager? Because in retail, it's told that if you do not know how to fold the clothes and keep it on the rack, then you can't be a leader. It has to start from the nuts and bolts. And there I started my career as a store manager and that's where the passion comes in. I was so passionate about music that uh, I don't know how many people from Calcutta are here, but I launched the first music world, which was on Park Street in Kolkata. It started with, I was given a target that, okay, you know what, your store needs to do about 10, 12 lakh rupees a month. The first month, I did 50 lakhs. The second month, we did 1 crore. The third month, I was called by the management saying, hey, 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 hold on, hold on. I think now you need to upgrade. They made me a regional manager. From a regional manager in 6 months, my passion, I was not, and it is not about money, always remember, it's about knowledge. I was hungry for knowledge. I knew money will follow. So I was hungry to grow, and I grew. And in about a year and a half, I was the national head. And that's how my entire retail journey started. And now it's 30 years in retail. And you know why I'm here for 30 years in retail and not in banking in between, or a FMCG company in between, or maybe possibly a Blackstone, kind of being a subject matter expert on retail? Is because I'm passionate about what I do. It's because when I see people, when I'm able to, there's this company called Fair Trade. Okay, I don't know how many of y'all know Fair Trade. It's an international organization which connects the farmer to the retailer, saying that, you know what, let the farmer make more money. Cotton growing farmers, right? So y'all should know that, while the farmers grow cotton in India, they do not get the right price for it. Now, why don't they get the price for it? Is because there are many middlemen in between, right? So by the time the cotton reaches the mill to become into a yarn, the farmer's already lost it, right? So what we do as retailers through fair trade is, I need to order 5 lakh shirts, right? For example, white shirts, 5 lakh, cotton shirts. So we directly go through fair trade to the farmer. He gets the biggest bang for the buck. There is already a company which has been, a manufacturing unit which has been, set up. We give the shirts there, and then I sell it at a 20% premium to my customer. And trust me, my last season is sold out. And do you know who bought it? Not my age people, your age people. So we are a brand which is all about Gen Z. We are a streetwear fast fashion brand which talks about Gen Z and the millennial. And I know you guys are absolutely impatient. Y'all don't have time. Your discovery happens on your phone. You don't look at a hoarding. You don't look at a newspaper ad. You look at reels, like he just said. And that's what reality mingled into reels is what gets your attention. And that's exactly what we do. So therefore, this is the entire purpose with which we lead. Yeah. So this is something which I feel is happening right now. 50% of the workforce don't believe that what they do matters. Trust me, this is a real survey. Uh, all your professors, lecturers out here in this college don't fall into that category because they believe that what they do matters to you. But a whole lot of people out there who work in corporates, 50% of them don't believe that because they're just doing it because, okay, it's a great company, I'll get a great growth. It's all about I, me, myself, right? It's all about money. Even now, I think half of you all sitting out here must be thinking, hey, if I pass out of this college, what's going to be my starting salary? Your counselors must be dealing with that problem right now, answering you all. And they must be talking to companies like us saying, hey, how much can you pay my students? Right? That's how it is. Only 30% of the workers are actually engaged. When I say engaged, means they're engaged with the work that they do. If they could afford, 50% of employees would leave. You know why they would leave? Because at the end of it, they do not find the purpose of doing what they are doing. So it's extremely important. So purpose is very important. Now, a lot of you must be thinking, why the hell are they talking about purpose, 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 right? Right? Why are you sitting here today? Can somebody answer that? Why are you sitting here today? Maybe you could have skipped this session. Why are you sitting here today? Can somebody answer that question, please? Anybody? Anybody? So, so there's a purpose there. There's a purpose there, right? The purpose is to see what these guys who, the college says is, these are great guys. So let me just hear and understand what they're saying. There's a purpose there, right? Okay. So that's the purpose. Yeah. Now, I'm sure y'all must have read the Maslow pyramid. Y'all are taught this here in this college, I'm sure. Uh, now, what is this? This is just about doing a job, right? So at the bottom, you're doing a job. In the middle of the pyramid, you're pursuing a career. And then at the top of the pyramid, you're honoring a calling, right? Similar aged guys sitting here who just gave the presentation before me actually jumped the whole thing and went right there. And trust me, in no time, they'll get funded. Okay? You know why they'll get funded? Now that tickles your mind, right? They'll get funded. They'll get funded because they are honoring a calling, and that calling has a purpose. Thereby, they have a purpose, right? That's important. Doing a job is just surviving. You're just surviving. You're not doing nothing else, okay? Pursuing a career, you feel, oh, successful, okay, great. I used to feel like that before I joined Being Human. That, okay, fine, I'm in the top 5 percentile of, retailers in India. I'm being honored by CNBC. I'm giving a speech at IIM Ahmedabad, all of that. Nice, successful. दिल को खुशी होती है ये बात सुन के कि भाई मैं सक्सेसफुल हूं, खुश हूं नहीं, मैं सक्सेसफुल हूं. Okay, now that is significant, right? So what do you guys want to create? You guys want to create, you want to just survive, just want to be successful, or do you want to create something significant? So if you have to create something significant, you need to be disruptive. Think out of the box. Do things differently. Change the normal. These are words that we use on a daily basis in our organization. How do you change the normal? My average age of employees in my office is 30 years. I'm probably the oldest guy. Okay? So that's what we do because change is the only constant. And trust me, 10 years from now, like Madam said, everything is going to change. A lot of things are going to change. I don't have a customer service. I'm moving on to a chatbot, right? Half of my manufacturing units are moving into robotic cutting machines and sewing machines, right? You've got fashion industry people out here. You're learning fashion design. So you're going to see the change when you go out there, okay? Today, your fashion inputs are no longer by visiting, fashion fairs in Milan or any other place. It's all done by AI. AI tells you what is the trend, what are the newest trends, and then you have Stylumia, you have so many other tools to take you there. Now that's the mindset that we believe is going to be very important going forward. Ikigai. How many of you have heard the word Ikigai? Great, lovely, awesome, very nice. A passion that gives value and joy to life, right? What you love, what the world needs, what you can be paid for, what you are good at, vocation, profession, these are all, these are all the overlaps that come here, and I'll explain it to you, right? Now, typically, What the world needs, what you can be paid for is a vocation. So I need you to join me as a designer. I'll take you as a fresher into my design team at Being Human, and that's a vocation. That's what you're going to be paid for. Now, what you can be paid for and what you are good at is the profession. What you're good at and what you love is passion. And what you love and what the world needs is your mission. So, where would you like to be on this grid? And when you have passion, mission, vocation, and profession, you've arrived at Ikigai. How many of you think you have arrived? Including the lecturers and the professors and everybody here. How many of you think that you have reached the Ikigai status? Because this is when you have arrived. This is when you have money, you have fame, you have name. But the most important thing is you are doing the purpose. You're fulfilling your purpose, what you want to do. I have a friend, a pretty young guy, and he came to me about 10 years back and said, Sir, मुझे चाय की दुकान खोलनी है. I said, यार, you're passed out from an Ivy League school. तू चाय का दुकान क्यों खोलेगा? He said, Sir, I'll change it. That's Chayos for you today. Okay? Now that is what I want each one of you to understand. It is this kind of a college where Mark Zuckerberg founded, you know what, right? So, so this is what is important, guys. It's okay. You're going to read your books, you're going to pass out. That's important. You need to read, you need to understand. The practical world out there is quite different. The practical world out there needs a lot of different things. And that's what is important. That is where you need to find your purpose. Okay? Having a purpose is the difference between making a living and making a life. You got it? So you want to make a life or you want to make a living? It's up to you. I still have my professors at Wharton. I call them up once in a while because those professors are people who give me life lessons. Whenever I'm stuck, I pick up the phone, I talk. But after some time, my professor says, you know what, I'm going to stop talking to you because you're depending on me. Start depending on your thoughts, on your purposes, and start executing that. So, living or life is your choice and your purpose, right? Thank you. That's what I just wanted to tell you guys.